I want to talk a little bit about the symbols palette because it's packed full of clip art. And of course, in these classes, you really don't want to use a bunch of clip art in your graphic design work. You don't want to use a whole lot of AI in your graphic design work. Right. Now, Illustrator has these things, and you can scale them up, right, to give you perspective, because bigger trees are in the foreground and smaller trees are in the background. Right, you can make some bathroom people going for a stroll in the woods here. You can put a lantern in the tree. Maybe the lantern catches fire. Run away, bathroom people. But that's not really the power or the intention for the symbols palette. So your design really looks a lot better when it's your own original work. However, we can do some neat things with the symbols. So for instance, here we've got let's work with this one. We've got a bubble. Let's work with the bubble here. And right, it's made up of several layers, and some of those layers have an outline and a fill and a gradient and all sorts of fun things. You can take the thing that you've designed and drag it into the symbols palette, and it says, what do you want to call it? We call it bubble. I don't know why it goes to movie clip. It's a graphic, and it's a dynamic symbol. Let's click OK. And of course, now the great thing is it's kind of a library spot. Doesn't matter how complex it is. You can have really complex things in there. You can just drag that in there and use it at any time. But it gets even better. So here on the tool palette, here is a symbol sprayer. It looks like a little spray can. So we get the symbol sprayer, and we choose a symbol, which is our little bubble that we've designed ourselves. And then we just paint with it. How cool is that? Now, if you look here in the layers panel, it does say symbol set. So that is all one unit. If you don't want all of the little bubbles to, point the same direction, you can go to the spinner tool. Select the symbols, get the spinner tool, and then we can spin them around so some are facing different directions. We can do the shifter if we want to move them around a little bit. So you can try these other options. If you want it to look a little three-dimensional, right, a little more dynamics, you can do the sizer. Of course, the ones on top should be the larger ones. I didn't plan that one out completely, but you can do that. You can do the screener tool. We can go like that and give those a little bit of a transparency, so a little bit of depth in the ocean for these little bubbles. You can also you can change the color of them as well. So there's this stainer tool. So we pick a new color and then use the stainer tool. So the symbols is a really great way to use your own. Now here's a student who manually, you've seen this project a little bit. So this student manually did every single one of his bubbles, and then I showed him how to use the symbols tool, and he redid it. So what you're seeing here in this design is what he did with the symbols tools. Look how cool they look. Now you also want to be careful, with the brushes. Same thing with the brushes. You want to use, like you have these brushes that are original kind of brushes, these kind of artwork brushes, chalk brushes and crayon brushes and those kinds of things, or paint brushes. You really don't want to use any of these kind of kitschy clip art brushes, because it just takes the originality and the power down from your work. So use your own original tools, your own original shapes in and use the fun brushes, but don't use the clip art.